You realize you are lost when the voices disappear. At first, you think the others are just behind the trees. You stop, you listen, no footsteps, no talking. Only wind moving through grass, insects clicking in the heat, and one bird calling from somewhere you cannot see. You turn around, every bush looks like the last bush. Every slope looks like the same slope. The camp is not in front of you, the group is not behind you. And the sun is beginning to move lower. So what happened when an ancient human got lost? The first danger was not hunger, it was panic. A lost person can make the worst mistake in the first few minutes. Run too fast, choose a direction too quickly. Walk deeper into a known country because standing still feels unbearable. For ancient humans, there was no map in a pocket. No phone signal, no rescue helicopter. But that does not mean they were helpless. They lived in landscapes that had to be read every day. A stream was a line through the land. A ridge was a boundary, a lookout, and sometimes a route home. A twisted tree, a cliff face, or a patch of berries could become a marker. Modern researchers call this wayfinding, that simply means finding a way through space. And in many traditional cultures, navigation is not one trick, it is a whole system. People combine memory, landmarks, wine, slope, tracks, stars, stories, and the behavior of animals. A lost person is not searching for a magic compass. They are searching for a pattern they recognize. Imagine you left camp to gather food. Maybe you followed a child. Maybe you tracked an animal too far. Maybe smoke, rain, or thick brush hid the route behind you. At first, the solution might be simple. Go back to the last certain place. Not the place you think you remember, the place you know. The bent tree, the broken stone, the dry stream. The hill where smoke from camp was visible. In human navigation, landmarks matter because they anchor memory. A landmark did not need to be beautiful, it needed to be recognizable. A strange rock, hollow tree, or bend in a river could hold a place inside the mind. This is why getting lost was not only about distance. You could be close to camp and still be in danger if the familiar pattern broke. Fog could hide a ridge, rain could erase footprints. Night could turn a known forest into a wall of shadows. A broken path could become 3 possible paths. The group might notice you were missing before sunset. They would not search randomly, they might return to the last shared place. They might look for bent grass, footprints, dropped food, broken twigs, or disturbed dust. Tracking was not a cartoon superpower. It was attention trained by necessity. Every movement leaves small evidence. A heel mark in soft soil, a fresh scrape on bark. A stone flipped over with its damp side exposed. A bird alarm call, but the lost person also had work to do. The best choice might be to stop before making the mistake bigger. Find shade, listen, check the sun. Look for high ground, but do not climb blindly. High ground could reveal smoke from camp, a river line, or a familiar ridge. But it could also waste strength. Survival meant choosing carefully. If you had water, you protected it. If you did not, water became the first problem after orientation. Moving downhill often leads toward drainage. Small channels join larger channels. Animal tracks may converge near water. Green vegetation can be a clue. But not every green place is safe. A swamp can trap you. A narrow canyon can become dangerous. A water source can belong to predators as much as to people. This is where local knowledge mattered more than general rules. A stranger might see only forest. A local person saw a memory map. The dry creek that sometimes held pools. The rock shelter that stayed cool. The tree that produced fruit after rains. A route was experience. Researchers studying hunter-gatherer mobility describe movement as central to hunter-gatherer life. Groups moved through territories to meet food, water, social, and seasonal needs. That means survival depended on knowing not only where things were, but when they mattered. The same place could be useful in one season and dangerous in another. A shallow stream could become a flood channel. A fruit tree could be empty until the right month. This knowledge did not live only in one person's head, it lived in the group. It was taught through walking, through names, through stories, through repeated routes. Among Aboriginal Australian cultures, researchers have described songlines as oral maps of the landscape. They can connect places, memory, story, and navigation without written maps. We should not pretend that every ancient human group used songlines. But the examples show something important. A landscape can be remembered as a sequence. A route can be carried in words, rhythm, and story. For a lost ancient human, memory was not abstract, it was survival equipment. Now night is coming. This changes everything. At night, speed becomes dangerous. You can step into a hole, you can miss the edge of a drop. You can walk past the camp without seeing it. You can move toward animal sounds because you mistake them for people. The safest choice might be to stop, build a small shelter if possible. Use branches, leaves, grass, or hide. Do not sleep in a dry stream, under dead branches, or inside thick brush. If you have fire, protect it. If you do not, stay warm by reducing exposure. Curl your body. Use leaves or grass as insulation. Keep your back against rock or a tree, but the mind is the hardest thing to control. A lost person hears things, a twig snaps. The imagination fills the darkness with teeth. Ancient humans were not fearless. Fear was useful when it sharpened attention. It became dangerous when it forced bad movement. So the lost person had to do something deeply difficult. Wait. Wait for light. Wait for sound. Wait for the group to search, or wait until the sky gave direction again. Stars can help, but only if you know them. A star is not useful because it shines. It is useful because someone taught you what its movement means. Traditional navigation systems show that sky knowledge, land knowledge, and cultural memory can work together. The sky can be a compass, but only inside a mind trained to read it. By morning, the lost person has choices. Climb to look, follow water. Return to the last certain landmark. Signal with smoke if they can make fire, leave signs for searches. Break branches, place stones, mark the ground. Move slowly enough that someone can track you. This is the counterintuitive part. The worst thing about being lost is that every step feels like progress. But every wrong step can erase the path back. Ancient survival was often not heroic speed, it was disciplined slowness. The person who lived might be the one who stopped soon enough. The one who remembered that the sun set behind the ridge. The one who noticed that the stream curved left. The one who knew the camp sat below two hills, not one. The one who did not let fear choose the route. And if the group found them, it might not look dramatic. No rescue rope, no helicopter spotlight, just voices. A distant call, an answer. A figure appearing between trees, a hand on the shoulder. A return to camp before the second night, but not everyone would be found. Some people would disappear into landscapes too large to search. A storm could erase tracks. Injury could slow movement. Cold could take strength. Predators, thirst, cliffs, rivers, or exhaustion could turn a small mistake into death. The archaeological record usually cannot show us the moment someone got lost. But it can show us the bigger truth. Ancient humans were mobile. They crossed landscapes, they returned to places. They remembered resources, they taught routes. They survived because the world around them was not empty space. It was information. For us, being lost often means losing a signal. For them, being lost meant losing the pattern. And finding the way back meant rebuilding that pattern from everything still available. Sun, wine, water. Stone, track, memory. The modern mirror is uncomfortable. Many of us can travel across a city without understanding it. We follow a blue dot, we turn when the machine tells us to turn. Ancient humans had no blue dot, but they may have known their world in a way most of us no longer do. Their map was not on skin, bark, or stone. It was in the body, in the eyes, in the feet. In the stories told while walking, and if you were alone, frightened, and far from camp, that living map could be the difference between returning before sunset and vanishing into the dark. If you enjoyed this journey into the distant past, subscribe for more stories about ancient humans and human evolution.